Yes, people. Yes, people. It is that time. The NBA season is upon us. We start next week on the 24th. Preseason is just about drawing to a close. We got a lot of stuff to discuss tonight. Man, like CM in the building as always. What you saying, bro?
Man, it's good to be here. NBA season starting next week is it's another it's another excuse to get away from the foolishness on the footballing side of things. So I don't mind that at all, man. Big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to Roland. Big up to man like Chino as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, man, there's a lot to discuss right now. Before we do anything, people, make sure you're hitting that like button, that subscribe button as well. If you're new, hit that notification bell and all of that good stuff right there. And hey, we might as well begin with the first topic. We're going to talk about some stuff that's been going on over the last couple of weeks, and then we'll get into the NBA season preview like that. So we'll start off with Kai Jones. Let me just share my screen. So if you're not sure what Kai Jones looks like, you'll know what Kai Jones looks like. Just give me 1 second. Let me share it out right now. There we go. Man like Kai Jones. So over the last few weeks, he's kind of been, looking like he's in his own another world. Like, hopping onto the IG lives, dancing, just talking uncontrollably out the side of his mouth. All in the efforts of trying to potentially get himself a move away from the Charlotte Hornets. And then obviously we end up with a situation where he's actually got waived now, and that was last week. Um, what's your thoughts on this situation, my bro? Like, what have you been thinking about since seeing all this unfold?
It came out of the blue. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not somebody who watches the Charlotte Hornets organization a lot of the time, unless it's for the negativity, and that isn't an agenda or anything. It just seems to happen that way all the time. But yeah, this Kai Jones situation is strange because out of the blue, we see. I think the first thing I saw regarding it was that Instagram live when he was moving absolutely nuts. Even now, people are saying he's off his head. He's on Twitter talking about GOAT life. I don't know what's going on right now because, I mean, we spoke in the GC about maybe something mentally has happened to him that has kind of spurred on this kind of behavior. And it's that he asked for a trade. He asked for a trade on social media. He got waived by the Charlotte Hornets. Where does he go from here? Who knows? But it isn't a great situation for the player. On an organization standpoint, maybe you can ask the questions: do they have a duty of care to see what exactly happened? Because only I guess Charlotte fans can, or people that were watching it close by can say something. But I wasn't noticing this kind of behavior during the regular season or even before that. So how do things escalate to a level like this where his behavior is off the charts? People saying he's on substances that we can't speak about and all of them things there. He's clapping back saying I'm high off life, hashtag GOAT life, and then he's asking for trades. What has gone wrong? Because we can speak about the Charlotte Hornets organization right now and what they're doing and how they have nurtured their young talent, or maybe not nurture their young talent, because things seem to be going wrong left, right, and center. Whether it's guys in cases, once again, allegedly, can't speak about. Do we even need to say allegedly at this point because it's been proven? Balaclavas, all of this stuff there. What is going on in Charlotte?
I mean, when I saw the IG live in the first instance, I was like, yeah, this guy's high, man. He's got to be high. Like, he's off something, right? And then obviously, like, he's trying to mask it with like GOAT life, and I'm free and I'm this and I'm that. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. And then you're right, during the regular season, there was no noise like of him being disgruntled or him wanting to move somewhere else or whatever, right? But it is what it is on that perspective. And then we're seeing more stuff come out. Like, so he was at the girlfriend's game or something like that, and he was just on his own on the sidelines dancing and stuff. And I'm just like, what is going on here, man? What is wrong with this guy? Honestly, like there's something going on with him. And then obviously it is actually he's breaking rules when he goes on Twitter requesting a trade. He's not allowed to go on to social media and request a trade. And so obviously it was going to be punishable at some point, but then obviously they decided it's just worth let's just waive him rather than get into the whole kind of battle with him over this type of stuff. And I'm just like, now then obviously when he's been waived now, obviously now social media is quick in it, so someone's got a comp of him and stuff, and they've started throwing it out there, and I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, he's actually got some talent, some ability, some athleticism in it. So I wonder what team's gonna pick him up. Then I seen a video of KD, yeah, vibing out to some of, because he's a musician, like that. So I seen KD like vibing out in like locker room, yeah, to his music or something. I'm like, you're looking for a backup center, bro. You're looking for a backup center, bro, because you're not trusting Yusuf Nurkic right now. You need someone to come in there, bro. But yeah, man, it's a very strange situation for me, man. I'm not so sure. Like, I mean, I think he's gonna get a move into the league at some point, but he needs to clean up his act. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a mental thing, if it's him taking drugs. I don't know, but there's talent there for sure. Because when we was talking about it in the GC, we was like, I was like, because Chino said it, he was like, oh, this is like baby Giannis. Because as soon as I watched it, I was like, this is the way Giannis plays. He plays like this, right? It's a little carbon copy of Giannis. So there's talent there. There's real talent that if he goes into the right organization and he keeps himself on the straight and narrow, he could be a decent player in the league. I can't say he's gonna be a top level, but he'll be a good role player for sure, for some teams, isn't it? So I mean, yeah, it's a crazy situation. Big up to man like William in the cut. What are you saying? He's saying it's a Celtics year. Big up yourself. Yes, make sure you like and subscribe, like he says, if you're in here right now. Kai Jones moving like Jaden Sancho. Say Chris Paul when winning the NBA FA Cup. We must, that mid-season tournament is going to be interesting as well. Starts in November, but next month. So it should be interesting to see how it all unfolds and who actually wins this mid-season tournament. I don't know when the mid-season tournament ends. I don't know if it's I think it's December. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's a bit crazy, but we'll see. I mean, Chris Paul wants to win something before he retires, man. He's 38 now, so we'll see. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. The Miles Bridges and Kevin Porter Jr. situation, because this is another situation these situations are bubbling up right now. Let me just get my window sorted out. Just give me 1 second. We'll start off with Miles Bridges. So the latest from this situation is it looks like he was arrested after another altercation with the mother of his children, and they were in the car trying to go somewhere, because obviously it's looking like there's a custody battle going on between the two. So there's a situation unfolding there, and so he was arrested, or he turned himself in. That was the last that I saw of it. Turned himself in and obviously bailed out, because then a few days later I seen him at the Hornets practice facility, so he was back to work. So I mean, I don't want to get into the particulars of that situation, but I want to get your thoughts, bro, on how the NBA, how these organizations are handling these situations. Because for me, it don't sit right. Somebody's done something, been arrested. They might be on bail, but then you allow them straight back into your practice facility with as if nothing has happened. Now, of course, we have to wait for the legal process to unfold itself, but surely there should be some sort of suspension. Stay away from the practice facility whilst you clear up your duties. Kind of like how the Anthony situation happened at United, where hey, we know you've got something going on. You got to deal with that with the police before you come back here until it's clear and we get the all clear as well. Then you'll be allowed back to practice and all of that. So, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's a confusing situation because you hear that news and you expect, the organization, possibly the NBA, to take action. Because I don't, how many times is somebody, especially, we know what Miles Bridges done. We know what he did effectively. So how many chances is he particularly going to be given? Because if he's playing for the Charlotte Hornets, He's going to be one of their best players this season. He's going to be one of their most crucial players this season. But then everything else gets wiped away because now you're focusing on how Miles Bridges is playing for the Charlotte Hornets. Whereas now, when he goes into his personal life, he's still doing things like this and has clearly shown that he's not learning his lesson. He's not trying to grow as a human being. And that is probably the biggest concern, not just for the Charlotte Hornets organization, but for the NBA. Because you look at a guy in Adam Silver, who I think is a proactive commissioner and wants to make sure that he has the best possible product. He has been speaking in prior to the lead up of this season and how he wants players to take this sport seriously in regards to it being a fan sport, fan first sport, especially. And if you want to make the fans a major emphasis of this, then you're gonna have to face the backlash when there will be people speaking out about this situation in particular, because I'm sure there are a lot of NBA fans who are not happy with how Miles Bridges has been potentially given a bye, especially with the situation we see on screen, and then being able to go straight back into the practice facility. Now, there may be some information that the Hornets know that hasn't been made public to all of us, and we will just have to wait and see. And I guess as it stands right now, it looks like he will be starting the season with the Hornets themselves, but it's just not a good look. It's not a good look at all for the NBA and the brand. Because when you think about the bigger picture, you don't want situations like this. And understood, we had the stuff with Ja Morant last season. The reason why he'll be missing the first 25 games of this campaign. Obviously, Bridges was a part of last season as well. Kevin Porter Jr., we all understand that situation and how weird that was as well, how bad it was for the image of the league. It's just not good at all. And unfortunately, you have to look at situations where, we speak about this in football all the time. You have young guys coming into the league, money's at an all-time high. And especially when you're in the positions of these young guys, you're almost transitioning from college where it's drastically different. So you have to understand, you have to grow up as an individual. And if you're on teams where you don't have the role models, you don't have those guys, those veterans, whether it's from the coaching staff, whether it's from the players who are helping you, who are vetting you through that process of growing up and how to be not just an NBA player, an NBA star, but also to be an individual, a grown individual who has to manage money, who has to manage the pressures of being a global star on the biggest stage, biggest basketball stage, at least around the world. So, yeah, I think that's an issue that needs to be sorted. And of course, there are some people where you can't help them. They are a threat to themselves as much as they are a threat to society. And for those people, you can't help them at all. They'll just shoot themselves in the foot so much times until their opportunity gets ripped away from them. So that's where I stand.
Because that's look, you made a good point there towards the end, where like this is where I see him at this point. Because you're actually now creating more problems than you need to. You actually got a blight. They were even going to offer you not the money that you were expecting, because prior to all of this, he was heading into free agency, and we thought he was going to go back to Detroit, where he was going to pick up a big bag, I'm sure, going there, or whatever the other offer would have been from the Hornets to match it, basically, right? To keep him, to retain him, his services, right? That situation comes out, and then it's all gone, right? Then you have your suspension, and then you come back, you're cleared for basketball activities, and then they give you an offer which you reject anyway. It's not as much as what you thought you was going to get, but he got, I think it was like 7.8 million or something like that as just a qualifying offer to head into before, so that they could just starve off the free agency, right? He said no, he declined it. And then now you've done this. You've been arrested. And then like there's gonna be some sort of process that's gonna happen out of this. And now you're like, he might be on the verge of potentially just kind of clearing himself from this league. Because you can't be doing this type of stuff, man. Because you got off they covered your back, and now you've gone and done this. Like, and it's a serious charge. It's not like with Ja Morant's situation. It's also it's similar, but it's not as bad. Like, because he hasn't put anybody in danger. But then again, I might be wrong about that, because when we look at the incidents now, there's people getting hit, people got punched, and the Foot Locker incident and all of this type of stuff where it could have went left. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah, so yeah, they're kind of on the same level. But yeah, you're right. If he doesn't have the right type of people around him to tell him stop doing this, find some amicable solution between yourself and the mother of your child, so that you can see your children, and then let's just keep it like that, then he's gonna ruin his opportunity, like, and once and for all type of thing. So we'll see what happens. Oh, man like Jez, I haven't seen Jez in so long. Big up to man like Jez, man. Oh, big up SK as well. Big up SK. But big up Jez, man. I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you're well. Hope everything's good. Hope you're preparing for this new NBA season like we all are, because I'm ready for it, man. I can't wait. It's gonna be another good season still. But yeah, that situation is we're gonna put that situation to the side. Yeah, man like Wow Factor in the building as well. Late shift season starts next week. Suns Golden State Tuesday. Nah. Oh, relax. Me, I'm watching the highlights the next day. I've said this already. But on the weekend,
a little too early.
Yeah, it's too early. On the weekends, though, I'm here. Whatever games are on, I'm not just gonna be watching Celtics games. I'm gonna be doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be doing the little games. I'll be picking all these different games. I want all the fans of the NBA to be able to watch games together with us. So that's what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? When it gets to playoff season, though, yeah, the late sessions are gonna be probably back. You know what I'm saying? So get ready for that when it's playoff season. But yeah, just saying that he's out here busy with uni. Yeah, man. I hope uni's going well. Hope he's going well, man. I know it's tough. I know it's a grind, but you know, if you keep your head down, you should be able to get through it. Yeah, Ghana. I don't want to speak, man. I don't.
I saw the USA result.
I stayed up for the Mexico game, yeah, and that was bad. But then the USA, I was like, yeah, nah, finished, bro. Finished. Yeah, and the Thunder's looking good. Hey, CM's gonna be talking about the Thunder, man, because there's some good stuff to talk about. I can't lie, man. I see Chet versus Wemby. I saw a nice battle. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man like Chino is here, you know. Man like Chino.
Yo,
what you saying, man? Where were you, bro?
Bro, my calendar told me 2:30, bro. So I don't know what you meant talking about. Any issues, you can take it up with my lawyer, bro.
No. This time it's not my fault. I said 2 p.m.
Yo, why? Yo, then take it up with Apple. Blame Apple, bro. My calendar said 2:30.
It's in the group chat, fam. It's in the group chat, but big up the man like Chino in the building. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see. Next was the same topic, but we're gonna speak about man like Kevin Porter Jr. Just give me 1 second. Let me change this one.
OKC is disgusting, you know.
Yo.
Community service, bro. Community service, bro.
Wait. Hold on. Before we get into it, wait. So a few weeks back, Kevin Porter Jr. was arrested for a domestic assault on his girlfriend, right? There was loads of stuff that came out like surrounding the situation. I don't want to go into it too tough yet. However, this is the latest. So the second degree assault charge was dropped, but he still has to face the other charges in that whole incident, right? And then there's been other things that have come out which I can't verify because there's no source. It's just a quote from the girlfriend, which, like, unless there's an actual source, we can't actually say yes, this is true. So fine. Now, beyond all of that, that's down to the police now to handle what they're gonna do with that, right? He obviously was waived from he was traded to OKC in return for picks. In return for picks, and then Victor Oladipo heading back to the Rockets.
Bro.
Then he was waived.
OKC didn't send them man no picks, bro. OKC got picks, bro, to take.
No. I said that. I said Oladipo goes right to the Rockets, and the Rockets sent them picks and Kevin Porter Jr. Right. So obviously now they've got themselves more first and seconds. OKC, yeah, which I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with them, but it's gearing up. It's gearing up for one disgruntled superstar is gonna end up there. I don't know who, but it's gonna end up there, right? And it's gonna lead that team towards something. I don't know, but we'll speak about that in a bit. But yeah, so now the situation is Kevin Porter Jr. has been waived from OKC, and his future's in limbo. So I want both of you guys' thoughts on the whole situation because this is a crazy situation, isn't it? So Chino, seeing as you're here, we're starting off with you, bro. What's your thoughts on the situation?
I have no thoughts on man and woman issues because that ain't my business.
Go
If
on.
there's tapes and evidence, I can give my thoughts, but I didn't see no tape. I don't even follow the news because he doesn't play for my team. But what was said. But OKC though, man, they funny, man, because you think like okay, few charges drop, but there's more pending. And that man is like, we don't care. Send us some picks, and we'll take him off your hand and waive him. We will waive him and pay him off the few pennies that we need to pay him off to waive him. And I mean, it's a business move. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be a hypocrite because I was like in my Heat group chat, I was like, if Miami is smart, that's what Miami should have done to
Yeah,
get assets.
yeah,
Miami is one of the teams that need assets. Like OKC don't need the assets, and they're still collecting. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like they're like, listen, I don't care if you tell us we have 50 and the limit is 51. If you need us to do something for you, send us the one that we need to be 51, and we're gonna keep collecting y'all assets. And that's what Presti's doing. Like when it comes to gathering pick, like there's no one better than Sam Presti and the other guy up in Utah that used to be the Ainge. There's no
Ainge, yeah.
one better than them two than to what I'm saying when it comes to gathering picks and stuff like that. But yeah, the situation is the situation. I just saw someone, like I said, I'm not following the news. If it doesn't pop up on my timeline, I don't know what's going on. But I saw something on Twitter where she's saying that he never put his hand on her, blah blah blah. I
And
don't know.
this is what I'm saying. Like that's the stuff that I'm because it's just a quote, yeah, that anyone could have made up, right? And it's come on social media. We don't know what the truth is behind that in it. So in terms of the actual case, we have to wait. But
Exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Shout out to OKC though. They got their picks.
so CM, yeah. Before you give us your rundown, yeah, how many picks is that now for OKC
He don't
Bro,
altogether
even
now?
know. He don't
you
even
can't
know,
even
bro.
count it, fam. You got a whole
He
load,
don't
bro.
even know,
We're
bro.
we're rolling around in riches when it comes to picks right now.
Bro,
So
so many teams hold them pick, bro. Miami hold them picks in for 2 different years, a first and a second. Um, the Clippers hold them picks. The fucking what's the team? The other team that Tyrese Halliburton played for,
Indiana,
Pacers hold them pick.
yeah, Indiana, yeah.
Everybody, bro.
Everybody else picks, bro.
Everybody hold them picks, bro.
straight from this year all the way into 2030, fam.
That's like you can in the middle of that. That's where I say a superstar goes there in exchange for something, and then it's like, and then if you want to blow it up and rebuild, you have the assets as well.
But the thing is, a superstar doesn't even have to be disgruntled. They could look at their
Yeah,
team
no,
and they can assess
Yeah.
their team like,
yeah,
okay, Shea's doing this, Dort is doing this, Shet this, that. But this guy's not gonna work out. We need this guy to come in with
mm,
these three guys to put us over the edge to
mm,
win. And they could go and say, okay, here you go, we'll give you these 5 picks and this player, and you give us that player. You know what I'm saying? They control the market now. Like they are in control of who they want. They could get who they want, and they could sell who they want to sell, bro. So it's because it's not like, oh, what do you have to sell? And like I said, 5 picks. I was exaggerating because the players they have, they don't have to give up 5 picks if they're trading for a superstar because, like Lou Dart and two protected and an unprotected can get you a superstar. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
they don't because he's a steady like starting rotational guy. Like he is one of those steady premier guy in the league, especially defensively. So they have assets to get assets. Plus their players are assets. They're not liability. Like Duncan Robinson, that's a liability. They have assets. But yeah, I mean that's CM team, so he will give us the rundown.
Hey, like what you guys said, you broke it down perfectly. Business move. At the end of the day, you get yourself a couple picks and you keep it moving. I mean, the way I saw it, it was community service. We're doing the job, innit? We're cleaning up the mess that's created. So you can't say much more than that, innit? Cleaning up the mess and keep it pushing.
boy, that's crazy, man. But like, yeah, I mean, it's smart on OKC's part. That's fair, isn't it? But I mean, Oladipo going back to the Rockets, that's another vet that's in the locker room. Hopefully, he can stay healthy though.
No, I
And
think they're gonna. I think they're waving him though. They
they're gonna
can
waive
they
it.
can wave him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting if that happens. But yeah, man, I hope he can stay healthy wherever the hell he goes, man. Whatever happens to him, bro. Because like,
What is it? After you was traded, he tweeted out something like, "Well, I am single" or something like.
nah, allow it, fam. He's crazy, fam. Nah, he's crazy. All right, so that's that situation done. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Let's move.
Hey, did you? I know you didn't add Terry Scott to the docket, bro. But hey, the mess already started in Milwaukee, bro.
Nah, because I knew you was gonna
It's
do this
gonna be
today. I
messy.
knew you was gonna do this today, yeah, because I
I
saw
mean,
that.
Roland, you know it's gonna be messy, bro. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, you might have settled, but that's not where you want it to go. Your heart's
yeah,
not in it. Like, you might be like, yeah, this is actually a good opportunity to win with Giannis, blah blah blah. But your heart's not in it, bro. And then the divorce and all that, like being single in Milwaukee and being single in Miami, it's
That's what.
it's opposite, fam. It's way opposite, bro.
nah. I knew you was gonna start this year because when I saw that news, yeah, I was like, all right, let me do a bit of research into this coach, and then I realized that he's been with Lillard for a long time. They have a
Yeah,
great,
third shot.
they have a great relationship, and then obviously, he moved to Milwaukee prior to the
He
trade
was
happening.
out of coaching after he got fired by the Blazers. He was out for 2 years.
Yeah,
So he was sitting out for 2 years and he just got the job in Milwaukee.
yeah,
This summer, he came to coach with David Griffin.
yeah, and then obviously, basically, he's gonna be the guy. He was supposed to be the guy that was gonna basically set up their whole offensive schemes and that with
See?
Dame in the middle of that, and then obviously now man's gone. This could get very messy though. I can't lie to you because Dame's gonna be looking at it saying like, Ross, you couldn't retain him or for
Yeah.
whatever reason. We don't know why. We'll figure it out.
E-
But that's it.
Even when you look at the situation, bro, I think Griffin said it caught everyone off guard. So we don't know why he stepped down. He gave him his props, saying I learned a lot from him. But in general, he said everybody was caught off guard. So it is a strange situation, and you'll start poking those rumors in there. All right, hope for the best, but I know Chino. He wants a messy situation.
Nah,
Running
Gino.
in
Nah,
Milwaukee.
nah,
Gino divorce.
Dame is washed though. I've seen his preseason average. He's
Oh
washed,
man.
man.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
bro.
washed.
Nah.
He's washed,
Yo,
fam.
it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait. I actually can't wait to see when it starts. Yeah, I want to see them link up because Giannis
I tell
seems
you what though, you see if Miami trades for Donovan Mitchell, I think like Dame asking out of the Bucks, it's gonna either be he's going back home to Cali, one of the Cali teams, you know what I'm saying, like or going back to Portland again, something, but it ain't gonna be in Miami.
yeah,
Man,
because I know the Heat will probably be monitoring this. They have to be the Donovan Mitchell situation. You know, no one's there because he's not re-signing in Cleveland, bro. I just can't see it. There's no point. He'll be wasting his time because you're not going to challenge there. So it's got, but I don't know about Pat Riley, man. I just don't know it. And plus, you lot do judge over there, man, in Miami, fam, because I'm seeing two guys here that we ain't never seen before in our lives.
That's the thing. And let me tell you what Jamal Cain and who? Jamal Cain and Cole Swider. See, that's it. Well, Cole is different. I think Cole, what they're doing for Cole is they're literally just taking the Duncan Robinson blueprint and giving it to him from when Duncan came in the system.
Bro.
Because same height, 6'9" shooter can get it up, and that's why they. But Kane been in the system, bro. Like y'all not getting these things, bro. People, we don't just pluck them out, bro. It's a system. Gabe Vincent was with us when in the bubble when we lost to the Lakers. Gabe Vincent was with us on the bench, not getting any run, bro. Struce was with us like for half, like that half of the thing. I think before, like Struce was with us. So these guys, they are in the system, bro. It's just Spo doesn't unleash them until he thinks they're ready, bro. And Jamal Cain is ready now. Plus, he's playing for. He doesn't want a two-way. He want to be on a standard contract because he's on a two-way right now. He's playing for one of our last standard contract. He wants one of those. So, he's actually doing extra. But Kane is gonna be one of them. One. Look at Highsmith too. Like Highsmith is gonna be. Like I think Highsmith's gonna surprise people more than Kane and what's the name? Swider.
Had some really good moments in the playoffs. David
Highsmith, yeah.
Yeah, that's locksmith, bro. Man, lock up Tatum, bro.
Yeah,
relax. His pocket.
Hey, relax on that this year, but my guy JT he's going for that MVP run, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man, that JB fam, he's been working hard, bro.
I think the Celtics is better than the Bucks.
I already know we're gonna wash everybody in the regular season, but then when it gets to the playoffs, I don't know in it. I can't say anything in it.
You know who's the best team in the playoff, like until proven otherwise. You know who's bro. You know Bill Simmons or whatever his name is, the mouthpiece. You know what I'm talking about? I have the Celtics fans.
Yeah.
Fam, he is so scared, bro. Like all his little podcasts these past couple weeks, bro. He's like people's talking about, oh, Miami lost this and that, and bro, man's like, listen, listen. This is what they do. This is what they do. They give you hope, and then come playoff, they send an arrow right through your heart. This is what they do.
I'm intrigued because now we've done everything possible, yeah, as a team, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. But we've done everything possible for us not to get it right. That banner needs to be up there, fam. Otherwise, there's no point in doing all of this. Honestly, there's no point in getting Drew Holiday and doing all of this. Let's make the team shoot threes and all of that. Nah.
If we're fully healthy, the Celtics can't fuck with us in the playoffs. I'm guaranteeing you. If we are fully healthy, the Celtics can't fuck with us. I'm telling you. If we're fully healthy, fam, unless you pick up a big that can control Bam, it ain't gonna be no controlling in that thing.
I think Bam might be defensive player of the year this year.
And JB and JT, one of them offense is gonna get hit. I mean, because you don't tell me you're gonna put Drew Holiday and Jimmy again.
No. It's Derek White. Derek White got to be in there, man. But then, and the thing about it is, yeah, like because
who you gonna put on Tyler?
Forget that guy, man. We don't care about that guy.
Okay.
We don't care about that guy. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic. Fam. James Harden, no show at practice. So the latest on it today is that it's for personal reasons that he didn't show up to practice for the last couple of days. He's back in Houston, they said, yeah. Now I don't know what that means in it because I don't know what the personal.
The Rockets don't want him.
I don't know what the personal issues is in it, but basically, I think he said this in order to not get fined by the Sixers. Because if you say a personal issue, provided that I don't know how it works in it, I don't know if they have to you have to prove it somehow. But as of right now, he hasn't been fined by the Sixers organization. Yeah. And obviously their last preseason game is I think tomorrow against the Hawks. And prior to this, Harden was speaking in press conferences saying that I'm sitting out these first few preseason games so I could be ready, ramp up my training so I'll be ready for that final preseason game, get out on the court and do what I need to do. And now he's a no-show. So what do you guys think is going to happen from here? And obviously there's the element of there's obviously discussions happening behind the scenes between the Sixers and the Clippers. They're still not meeting and they're still not making ends meet in terms of what this trade's going to look like.
James Harden is about to get a phone call from a very serious player that take basketball serious when April comes around. And he's going to say, brother, there's a time to play, like during media day, when I come dressed up in these dreads and these emo. But you see, when the playoff come, brother, I'm a serious man. Are you in? And if he's in,
he's
he's
not going to
coming
be
to
in.
Miami.
He's not going to, bro. It doesn't matter what you say, yeah, because he had an MVP next to him and he couldn't do nothing in the playoffs. What do you think he's going to do in Miami, bro? And it's even worse. Miami and Houston's basically the same thing.
Wait. No. Miami and Houston is not the same thing.
It's the same
because at the end of the day, he wants a contract. He's playing for a contract. He wants money, so he has to play. And listen, we will bench his ass. Miami do not care. We will fucking bench him. If you are more of a liability than an asset, bye bye.
But it's not even about money. He's already been paid 14 million already.
No, listen. I'm talking about he wants a Garrett like no, that's what you're not getting why this whole thing is going on with him and his you know why it's going on. They promised him to sign the one-on-one.
Yeah, I know.
You can opt out, we will give you a big contract. Before he opted in, he was like, okay, what's the contract gonna be? The radio silence from the Sixers. So that's why he opted in to guarantee him getting his money. Um Now he wants money. He wants a secure deal. Like he's coming to the end of the career. He wants 4 year deal, max money. You're gonna have to earn it.
Yeah. That's the thing that you said. What you said at the end is the perfect point. Yeah.
Yeah. So he can't come to Miami and fuck around.
Hey, I'm gonna pass it over to CM. Yeah, continue off of that point because this is what we need to discuss.
Yeah. Man, it's a sticky situation. I've seen a lot of things today. Stephen A had this saying kind of alluded to the fact that what James Harden was saying out in China was there's some truth to it. Because like what Chino said, James Harden was expecting something. And that something was potentially a max. And Daryl Morey, maybe he gave him his word and then backtracked on it because of, due to certain circumstances that we can obviously see on the court. Maybe a lack of productivity, not being where they want to be once again, not being able to reach that conference finals and onward. So it is a sticky situation for Philly. And the best possible situation will be to try and find a way to get him out and see what they can do, see what they can salvage from a player like James Harden. Because you're going into a season once again now. Joel Embiid will only continue to get more and more frustrated. He's the reigning MVP, whether you believe he should have been or shouldn't have been, but he's the reigning MVP. You've got guys like Tyrese Maxey that even though when he was on a podcast a few weeks ago, JJ Reddit's podcast, he gave James Harden credit for coming in and being professional. But at the same time, certain things like this reflect on an entire side, and it takes a lot of strength to then lock in and concentrate on a situation like this. And responsibilities will be placed upon players who potentially may not be ready to take on that role, take on that responsibility, because he has left a massive void in the team where they should have been preparing for James Harden to be that second guy, and that most likely is not going to be the case. So look,
But
we go on, Chino.
go ahead. Oh no, I was gonna wait till you finish. But from the point where you were saying though, the teammate part, that's where I want to hop in. I think they know because him and Embiid was out. Like I think they know. Embiid know, Maxi know, Tobias Harris, all these guys know this ain't about me not wanting to play with you. This is me not wanting to play for the Sixers front office. So in that perspective, I don't think any of those guys are looking at him with, from like what you're saying, like probably they're looking at him sideways. I don't think they are. I think they know what's up. Like I said, him and what's the name was at the all white party. Him and Embiid talk. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they know. And like the end of the day is the Sixers they have to tread lightly. Like they need to be careful because one, you already got rid of one of Embiid's best friend. And Embiid, since he's been with the Sixers, since he got rid of his best friend, he's been to 3 Eastern Conference Finals and 2 Finals appearances. And Embiid haven't made none of those. So the Sixers need to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, Joel might be like not saying nothing right now, just playing his basketball. But there's going to come a time when all of this is going to boil over and he's going to be like, well, you chose this guy over Jimmy, then you gave that guy away for peanuts, and then this guy you chose didn't do nothing for us. I need to go. I need to look out for my career. But I think Nick Nurse is a very good coach. He'll probably already preparing his offense with or without Harden.
But what's interesting? Yeah, like I might make a prediction here. Yeah, it might be a bit wild, isn't it? But like I think it's gonna be similar to like what happened at the Nets with KD and Kyrie leaving trade before the trade deadline. That type of time, right, where James Harden, they have to patch up the relationship somehow, and then because at the end of the day, it's in his best interest to be on the court playing. He can't because like if you're looking for a long-term guaranteed deal, right? I don't know where he will get it from because obviously it depends on what team has cap space and how they move their pieces and whatnot to be able to make it work in terms of money. But for him, if he's on the court and playing to the ability that we know he can, he's shown last season how he's been able to adjust his game to support Embiid in terms of scoring. And then obviously you've got Tyrese Maxey there waiting in the wings who, like, he's going to explode again. He's going to make another jump. I've seen him in preseason. He's looking on fire. So, like, you've got that there. It's going to be enough to push them in a good direction in the East, right? And then, whilst that's happening on the court, behind the scenes, the front office know that they're not going to want to give him this money, James Harden. So we got to sort out the situation. Or we just decide, all right, Max is just going to be the star, right? And we get rid of the other two because at this point, it's too far. We've wasted our time through this whole process with Joel Embiid. Let's try and get the best deal we can get, the best package we can get for Joel Embiid, and the same for James Harden, provided that he's played as well as we've seen him with Embiid for the first part of the season. And they start again. Like, and then just say we're gonna write off the rest of the season.
But I'm saying you might like they don't want to pay Harden because of performance and blah blah blah. We all know what Harden can be and what Harden can do. But have anybody like the Eastern Conference was semis with the Celtics? I don't see Embiid getting any blame, And he was the MVP. He was the one that honestly shit the bed.
But no, hold on. But if we're talking about in the second round last year, he missed the first game or first 2 games. First game.
Harden dropped 40.
Yeah, right? Harden dropped 40 first game.
They won the first 2 games, right?
Yeah, they won the first 2 games. And I think Embiid, I think he started on the bench, then came on in the second game or something like that. So can we say he was injured going into that into that playoffs. And I know that everybody is injured in it, like when it comes to playoff season, in it. So that's not really an excuse, yeah. But I hear you though. They don't really speak about him too tough in it. Like, you know, when they were criticizing other players, yeah, when we were talking about the MVP thing, and then we don't get no heat on Embiid. It's that kind of thing you're speaking on. But I don't know, man.
You think that's the case because of the circus that's been going on around him? And obviously there have been years where they just haven't flat out been able to get it done. But for the most part in Philly, there's always, especially in the last few years, there's always been something going on. Whether it's Simmons, whether it's Embiid, and so forth. Or injuries to Embiid that have hampered his playoff performances.
I just think, but the whole front office has made decisions that are incorrect. Like, why are they paying Tobias Harris that money? Like, that is, for me, I don't understand it. Because he's a decent player, don't get me wrong, but he's not outstanding. Like, to the point where he went quiet when it came to the big time.
Well, they messed up the Jimmy thing, and then they had to pay somebody the money.
Yes, but that's wild. I wouldn't have done it. But like,
Wait,
I think on this,
so wait. There is scuttlebutt around the league that Joel Embiid want to join the Knicks. Okay. Okay.
So what we say is what they're throwing Julius Randle, RJ Barrett in a situation, because I can see them getting rid of both of them. Honestly,
Yeah, probably that's who they'll get rid of.
They'll jettison both of them, because I don't think them both of them, they haven't done really like anything major as well since being there. Like, apart from that season when Randle got most improved player.
Probably Mitchell Robinson too.
Probably, yeah. Like, I can see that happening. Like, but yeah, I can see a situation.
They have the picks too. So,
yeah,
but I mean, I wouldn't mind it because I'm not scared of Embiid. Like, I'm being, bro. The thing is, bro, like, no one in the East scares us, bro. Because you know what the thing is, if Miami just had a consistent lethal scorer, bro, we would literally dog walk the league, the East every year with Jimmy and Bam, bro. Because like no one scares us. Because at the end of the day, them two are two of the best premier like offensively and defense player. Bam more so defensively. Because Jimmy offensively, like he can turn it up notches where we're like, bro, what the fuck is this Michael Jordan? But Bam, he can hold his own. Bam is definitely gonna give you 20 and 10, 20 points with 10 rebound plus what he's doing
Bro,
on the defensive end.
bro, this is the problem though, right? You've mentioned your two players. It's a depth issue with Miami. Where
we are deep.
No. What I mean, hold on. What I mean is quality in depth in it, because after, so your top six is fine.
Roland.
But if you go beyond that,
Roland.
I don't know.
Roland, listen. Roland, just let me let you save your breath, bro, because you're just speaking just to speak. Let me save you your breath. Let me save you your breath. Roland, see, this is the thing, bro. When you guys think about depth and quality, you guys think that a guy, the depth need to be, you need to have 5 guys that can dribble, that can shoot, that can defend. No, Eric Spoelstra need to know that you, Cole Swider, when you get the ball, shots up. You, Jamal Cain, when we grab a rebound, you get out there and run in transition and use their athleticism to get a layup or a dunk. You, Haywood Smith, worry about the defense. Help on the help side. This is the thing, bro. That's why he's the best coach in the NBA, because he doesn't need depth in a guy needs to do 10 things. He just needs this guy to be perfect at that one thing that he's asking him to do. And everything else will fall in place, bro. And that's why we'll always beat you guys, bro, because you guys are bum, bro. You guys need all these superstars. You guys need all these great players. You guys need all this. We have the best coach in basketball.
I wasn't crying for Dame. That's the first thing I'll say. And 2, when you came up with a team that had more quality than you, they slapped you. We saw it. We all saw it. We saw it.
No, because Caleb Martin forgot his assignment.
No. Stop this Caleb Martin.
No, Spo literally said it. Spo said
You are
Caleb
talking.
forgot his assignment.
You are talking. Remember J. Cole and all of this stuff, all this nonsense, yeah? I don't care. When it came to the business time, he couldn't throw anything.
Okay, when we play the Nuggets again, I guarantee you we'll beat them.
That's fine. I mean, I don't think it will happen, but it's fine, isn't it? That's fine. Anyway, I see a situation, yeah, on this James Harden situation before we move on, yeah, where it could be similar to like what happened at the Brooklyn Nets last year. In around February time, both of their superstar players left because the front office were able to find a package that suited them, especially as they wanted to just try and rebuild and start again. I can see that happening at Philly. Like they'll make a decision and just say, you know what, it's not even worth it. Like we're not going to be able to challenge because we've got to discuss. Say again.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. Come on. But there's going to be a situation where James Harden disgruntled. You're not paying him his money. He plays well, so at least his trade value is up there. And B will obviously be in a situation where, well, I don't like the situation that's been going on for so many years. I'd like to move somewhere, and they find a deal to get them both out of there. They retain some. They retain some players' picks as well to be able to start their rebuild or however they want to do it. Tyrese Maxey becomes a star of the team or whatever, and they move forward. But that's how I kind of see it all unfolding, to be honest with you. I don't know what you guys think in terms of the end of this before we move on to the next topic. CM, you're muted, bro.
Nah, my bad. Yeah, you know what? To be fair, and we'll get onto it later on. I think this season is a big year for Tyrese Maxey in terms of going into that, because every year we see a jump from him. We see his ability expanding. You know, a lot of people spoke about him early in his career being a rim runner, but he's become almost a free level scorer where he can shoot from beyond the arc, drive to the rim, because his threat from there just opens up opportunities just because of the fear of the defense. And the next phase is him being able to take control of on offense, orchestrate plays, play make, and get assists for his teammates, and of course his co-guy in Joel Embiid. So I think it's going to be a big season for him, and whatever happens to James Harden is going to happen. But at this point of time, look, he's been one of the most prolific scorers in the last decade of the NBA. But it's just disappointing to see what has happened to him going from team to team to team. Like, you don't want to see this happening for a guy that is supposed to be a star in the league, you know? And there is somewhat of disappointment there. So whatever happens with James Harden, hopefully he can find a way just to fizzle it out, stop the movement, and get back to his best in whatever capacity that is. Because we haven't seen the elite scoring James Harden for quite a while on a consistent basis. He's been more of a playmaker in Brooklyn and now in Philadelphia. So wherever he goes next, what James Harden are we going to get as he only continues to get older, injuries start to get picked up a little bit more? Who knows?
Yeah. And wow factor, like I know that the Clippers are interested, but obviously the situation is they don't want to give up Terrence Mann. That's what it's looking like at this moment in time. So unless there's going to be a compromise on that, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. And obviously he wants to go back home, essentially, right? Like, you know, he's from, I think he's from Los Angeles, isn't it? James Harden. So he wants to be back, you know, back to where he's from. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know. But then obviously, you know what's going to happen, man. We're going to wake up one morning and then we're going to see breaking news and he's been traded to like God knows where. Like, you know what I'm saying? So who knows what's going to happen in this situation?
If Dame didn't get what he wanted, then it's Harden to get what he wants.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like it's all about the front office and what they would like for James Harden, and if a team is going to be able to make it happen. So we'll see. But the Clippers, they're going to wait this out. They're not going to be in a rush for anything. It's really up to the.
Yeah, you're trying to be funny.
Hey,
be funny.
Listen, I'm just being real. I'm just being real. No shots fired. I'm just saying.
You're trying to be funny.
I'm just saying, bro.
Let me see what that long giraffe that you have on your team that missed his rookie year because he wanted to go play
Hey,
pick up basketball and break
hey,
his
chill
little
out. You
twink
see what
foot.
I mean? You see this
Yeah,
hater,
no, because you want to be
because
funny. No, you
imagine
want to
if I
be
never
funny.
said that,
You want to be funny.
this part
You
I'll be
want to
like,
be
you
funny.
know, shut
You
up,
want to
bad
be
man, you
funny.
know. Nah.
Shit, shit is shit. Shit is shit.
You see what I mean? Nah, Chino.
Hey, what's wrong with you, Chino, man?
You want to be funny. Nah, you want to be funny,
Just
man.
because. Why are you
I was
salty?
being a funny
Oh,
man.
Why are you
oh,
salty?
oh, Dame didn't get what he wanted. He ain't had to bring it up. He didn't have to bring that up. He could have said, oh, Kyrie didn't get what he wanted. Oh, KD
Oh, but
didn't get what he wanted in the beginning.
Dame's the
He could have said
closest
KD didn't
situation
get
to my
what he
mind.
wanted in the beginning. Nah, it's okay. He want to be funny.
Hey,
He want to
listen,
be funny.
it's fine, bro. It's fine because
He
Miami are
want to be
cool.
funny.
They did.
See, at the end of the day, 2012, June 2012, the Miami Heat have won championship. LeBron James first NBA championship against the Oklahoma City Thunders. Yeah, you want to be
Hey,
funny, huh?
bro.
Be funny. Be funny. Be
I
a
just want
funny
to let
guy.
you know. I just want to
Yeah,
let you know
yeah,
we're in 2023, fam.
yeah,
We're in 2023, bro.
yeah.
In
Yeah,
te-
be funny.
in 2012, I was in my first year of secondary school, bro. Chill out. I was, you know, the man that we're saying, yeah, we got picks for guys that are in high school right now, fam. That was me, bro. I was a prospect.
Oh man. All right. We're moving on. Preseason thoughts. So what are you guys' thoughts on preseason? Anything that has stood out for you in the preseason from your teams or just generally around the league that maybe we can discuss right now before we move into the actual real portion, the predictions, you know what I'm saying?
They say Chino.
Hey, Chino, stop doing laundry, bro, and get over to your mic, bro.
What's up?
What's your thoughts on Miami, man? This season, preseason, what have you seen that has interested you, bro?
Oh, we're shit.
See, look, they're starting it again, bro. I'm familiar with your game.
Hold on.
I'm familiar
Can
with your
you hear
game.
me?
Yeah, I heard you, but I'm familiar with your game, bro.
Hold on, man. I have to put my load in the wash, bro. I'm on my way to PT. What's your question?
Is anything stood out for you in preseason for the Heat, bro?
Yeah. It look like Tyler have gotten smarter. We always know he could score the basket. It was just about the reading defense and not just being a chucker all the time. That I've seen that in his game now. He's much more smarter with the ball. He's not getting himself locked up where he can't do nothing but turn it over or chuck a shot. He's moving better. Bam, the mid range looked way more comfortable for him. Um, you know what I'm saying? He's hitting it from all angles. Pause. Um, these guys. Oh, the main thing that stands out to me is we're gonna be able to give Bam good amount of rest during the season, so playoff he's not burned down because Thomas Bryant is. Oh my God, that's a great pickup. That pickup is a great pickup. He has looked amazing. Not quite bad, but like I said, he's looked amazing for us.
So no more Cody Zeller.
Fuck that guy. I said, didn't who signed him? The Spurs? Yeah.
Was it or was it the Kings? Somebody picked him up. I don't remember who. He went somewhere though.
No, I think it's just I don't know.
He's with the Pels. He's with the Pels.
Yeah,
Oh, was it? Okay, fine.
yeah, he went.
Yeah, that's a bit mad, but like, yeah, I've seen Thomas Bryant, but he got put on a poster by Wemby though, like, and he looked up like that. He didn't know what was going on. Which is kind of crazy. What's your thoughts on preseason CM for OKC first, and then anything else that may have kind of
Yeah. Well, you know what? Excited about Chet Holmgren. He's had some solid game time and showcases full on skill set defensively, offensively as well, being able to score the ball. And then we have a whole load of our guys like Josh Giddey, Jalen Williams, continuing to grow as players. Lou Dort, obviously SGA is going to come in and do what he does best. Average over 30 last season, is a leader of this team, and you expect him to elevate even further. Some people kind of saying he might be flirting with MVP votes. Who knows? Who knows? Depending on what this team can achieve next season. But there are a lot of positives for OKC right now. It seems like we have very good chemistry going throughout the teams, whether it's the starting guys, the guys coming off the bench as well, and making an impact. So I'm excited going forward for OKC. Otherwise, other teams, we can all mention Victor Wembanyama, the San Antonio Spurs, Devin Vassell. I've been very impressed with him as well, how he's been playing in preseason. I was able to catch the Bucks when Dame Lillard and Giannis had their first game, and you got to see a little bit of how they're gonna be able to work together. And obviously they're bigging it up right now. Say Giannis saying that's the most I've ever been open and stuff like that. We'll see how it goes in the regular season.
Giannis is so bagless, bro. Like the guy just looks like a stiff. I don't know how.
He paid Hakeem Olajuwon 1 year 50,000 a week
To travel.
to and yeah, bro, that bucket that he scored against that first bucket he scored against the Lakers, yeah, that was a travel. It was so bad, bro. I was like, yo, your footwork is off, big man. Something needs to change.
Nah, you man know, yeah, I respect Giannis, fam. But there was this funny tweet on Twitter where was it? Yeah, this guy definitely worked with Hakeem in the off season. And there was one way he kind of gathered his shot, did a pump fake, and then jumped into the other player. But listen, Giannis is gonna be dominant, man. He's gonna be dominant. But yeah, I've seen a lot of things around preseason. I'm excited to get started. I mean, a lot of questions regarding the Phoenix Suns, man, like wow factor. He's having his say in the comments as well. Very impressed with the firepower and defense, and they've brought in a lot of guys that are gonna be able to make an impact. Bradley Beal's in a situation now where it is a winning opportunity after all those years of being in Washington. We've seen Jordan Poole, who is in Washington now after being traded away from Golden State. He went off in this game.
He looked good.
Yeah, 100%. He did look good. So we'll have to see what he can achieve in Washington this season. How him, Kyle Kuzma, and the rest of the guys there can elevate them. But there's a lot of, there was a great game between Sacramento and Golden State last night with Steph Curry hitting the game winner. A lot of people saying the Kings got that PTSD, but it was a really good finish in that fourth quarter with Golden State being able to get their way back into the game after being down for most of it. So a lot of talking points going into this preseason. And that's why me personally, I know all of us can't wait for the real stuff to start and get going.
Yeah, SK saying he said a bit earlier, he was like Jordan Poole was like the 25-1 to lead the regular season in points per game. He's going to be scoring a lot there. Because he's going to be basically leading the offense for the Wizards. So that's going to be interesting to see in that new kind of situation for himself there. From what I've seen, I think I've been impressed with Amen Thompson at the Rockets. Like he looks like the real deal. He's a proper athletic guy, so it should be interesting to see what happens there. But obviously, I want to see how that team's gonna fare with all the vets that they brought in, because what we've been seeing in preseason, a lot of their vets have just kind of had minutes here and there sparingly, but they've been giving the young guys the space to be able to play. But when the real stuff starts, I'm expecting to see Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks. I'm expecting to see Jeff Green having a few more minutes than he was getting, and the Nuggets, because obviously that team's stacked anyway. But he was there as a presence, and he will be a presence on that team too. It should be interesting to see what's going to happen with them. For the Celtics, I already said it. We're going to steamroll everybody in the regular season just because of the way we play. I just feel like we're gonna be maybe 5 games above everyone in the regular season. And then when we get to the playoffs, that's the real stuff. That's where you have to be engaged defensively. Can we do it? Like, but just looking at what I've been seeing, I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a different element to JT in terms of the way he's scoring. He's packed on a bit of muscle. He's utilizing the post game a lot more. So we should see a bit of variation in terms of where he's scoring this year. We just need to see some consistency with the shot sometimes, or even the shot selection a little bit. Don't always just be looking to off the dribble, throw up the free. Like you can drive, like you've been doing this, but it should be interesting. It should be interesting still. Wembenyama, been impressed with him. I can't lie to you, like he's like there was obviously I sent through something in the group chat here, but like the dribbling for this guy at 7'5" or 7'4", whatever it is nuts. Like, and the thing about it is, yeah, with his game, he's really good on the perimeter. So what he's doing is that because he's a big guy, he's attracting the big to the perimeter. Most bigs are pretty slow, so he's able to blow by them pretty easily with his dribbling ability. But when he gets to the point where he can utilize his post game, it could be a problem for
What you
everybody.
talking about?
Wemby in it because
Bro,
because
that guy is so fake, bro.
if Wemby develops a
Bro,
post game, yeah.
bro,
Because right now, they're sending smalls at him, yeah, to try and double team and slow him down in it because he's quick on his feet. But if he gets a post game, yeah, and he's able to back down these small guys, yeah, it's over for a lot of people in this league.
yeah.
Like it, because he already really good dribbling wise, and then obviously if there's opportunities because his passing is really good as well. He works on his passing too, so like he can get to a point where he's like there, and he drive, kick it out. Yeah, it could be long for everybody. I don't know, man.
Bro,
I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah, I've been impressed with Wemby as well. Like I feel like the hype,
that came
hype.
from
Yo, Chino,
Dallas.
you broke up. You broke up. Just say that again.
Reggie Bullock.
Say that again. You broke up, bro.
Oh my God, yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. But you just broke up before.
I be forgetting.
What was you
Coming
saying?
off the Wi-Fi. I drove off the Wi-Fi. I saw him throw the ball to Reggie Bullock, bro. Threw it through his leg, bro.
Like, yeah.
And went around him, bro. Like, what? This guy is 7'4", bro. Oh my God, nah, that guy's fake though, bro. Like you saw, like I'm not gonna lie, I know you man seen it. We all seen it, bro. That dunk he dunked on Thomas Bryant, fam. Wild. Like from where he was, bro. Like, bro, he's left-handed too, bro. He just used his left hand to throw it over his head, bro. I was like, jeez, bro.
And even
There was a play, right? Real quick. See, he gave the ball because I was watching that game, right? He gave the ball at the three and like slipped the pick and was calling for the lob from the 3-point line, bro. And by the time they threw it, bro, he took like 2 steps, bro, to the middle, bro. Caught like dunk, bro. I'm like, yo, this guy's fake.
I seen him do a euro. I seen him do a euro, yeah, from the 3-point line as well, fam. I seen him do 1-2, just laid up. I was like, what's going on here?
on that lob,
Nah,
the ball was descending, fam, and he grabbed it and threw it down.
Yo, man, what the fuck, man? This always traffic, bro. Oh my God. People think Giannis is fake, bro. Oh my, wait till this guy gets some strength, bro. Cause Giannis came in like skinny like this.
Yeah.
But like wait till Wemby like what Wemby's what 19, 18? 19?
Yeah, 19, I think.
Bro, wait till he grow in his body, bro. Like he haven't even grown his body yet.
Yeah.
Like wait till he like put some muscle on. Cause you know what I'm saying. Clearly, they're like the Spurs are gonna be working on those things, like working on his foot, working on his foot to be stronger, to be
Yeah.
able to carry all of that. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like in 2-3 years time, we're gonna be like, yo, this kid's on steroids. because how big like he's gonna be built up and just no, he's fake though. I'm not gonna lie, he's fake. He is mad fake, bro.
Yeah, it's a madness, man. Cool. We're at that point in the show.
Hey, and CM, I like that Vessel guy too. You was talking about. I was like,
Mm.
why did they pay this kid? But I mean, I can see why they paid him when we played them. Like, no, I didn't say why they paid him. I was like, why they pay him this much money?
Mm.
He's nice. He's gonna be nice too.
Yes,
But
sir.
it's a rebuild down there still, so people got to be patient with it.
Chino,
Mm.
I need your predictions for this upcoming season, right? So who you got at MVP?
No, I'm not doing no prediction because every year they're talking about MVPs and stuff. I could do that because every year I tell you who's gonna win the East and who's gonna be in the finals, and you laugh at me. You laugh at me every year because you be like, "Man, your team is trash." But I already know who's gonna be in the final. MVP. I want it to be like one of the young stars just break out, have a crazy season like Shea, Ant Man, like somebody
Mm.
like that. I would say Lamelo. Lamelo got the talent, but not the team, man. That man is criminal down there. That man just care about guns and roses, bro. I want like, I don't want it to be Giannis or fucking like Jokic. Like it might be Jokic again. Honestly, it
Mm.
probably will be Jokic. MVP or probably. I mean, you can see Tatum. You could probably see Tatum up there now because he is at that time. He needs to be in the top three voting, like finish, not like top 10 MVP finish voting or top five. He needs to be in the top three when it comes down to the MVP voting. Who else? But who's gonna be my pick? Definitely not MB. That guy's a fraud. That's the most fraudulent MVP I've ever seen in my life. Um, who else? Give me some ideas. Give me some ideas, and I say like, yeah, I like.
I mean, I went JT. That's why I decided to do.
Hey, that's your
But
biasness, though.
It's not
I
even
mean,
biased, bro. It's not
I
even
mean,
biased.
it's not biased. It's not biased because, like I said, I can see him, but it's your biasness. Is just straight up like,
It's not because
I like. I'm not
you'll
gonna
be
call
surprised.
one.
You'll be surprised at at some of my picks, bro. There's no bias in there, but like I
I
mean,
know who it won't be. It won't be Jimmy Butler. That guy does not take basketball serious until March comes around, bro. That guy be like, yo, fuck this. What is this? But now JT, yeah, no, I agree with you, JT, because it won't be JB because he can't go left. You need to be able
yeah,
to go left and right.
stop.
he's been working on it, bro. He's been working on it.
He can go left, bro.
um,
He can go left, bro. I don't know what this is about, bro. This is he got a Markel Fultz injury or something, bro. Something going on with his elbow or something. That's why he can't go left, man. That's what's going on,
who
man.
else? Hey, it ain't gonna be KD. It ain't gonna be Booker. It ain't gonna be Bradley Beal, but they're gonna be an okay team out
Mm.
west.
Maybe Dame.
Well, Dame?
Yeah.
No, 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 no. You laugh. No, no.
Dame,
Listen.
Yan, who knows?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna sit here and shit on Dame and hate on Dame because at the end of the day, every day in my Miami Heat group chat on Twitter, that man tell me get over it because I'm not over it that we don't have him. I am still like Dame. That's still gonna be my guy, Dame Dollar. Um, I don't think he can win it, and I don't think in that team because if he was to get what he wanted, right, which was Miami, right, CM,
Mhm.
he would have had a free reign at an offense to do whatever the f he wants with a coach with a Jimmy Neutron brain, and then he would have had guys that don't really care. because Jimmy don't care about scoring the ball. Like if Jimmy had Dame in the playoff, Jimmy won't be the Jimmy like that we see in the playoff. He's just gonna cruise and make winning plays. He just want to win games. Like you can get your 40 every night. That's not Jimmy. Bam's the same way. Bam want to make your life a hell on defense. He want to lock up defensively. He want to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the mentality that's in that Miami team. So Dame would have came into that like as an offensive player. They're gonna look at him like, bro, don't worry about defense. We got you. We'll recover. Just you know what I'm saying. Just know your assignment. Know where to be. We got your help. Don't even worry about it. We got your help. But offensively, just do your thing. He's not gonna be able to do that in Milwaukee. Because Giannis needs the ball too. Like Giannis needs to go. Giannis needs the ball to reverse and rev up the engine and run and dunk. Like, hey, hey, yo, no, man, them real sidebar, real quick though. It's not even a sidebar. It's just real quick. So Giannis, right? You know when he do that shit where he back out the paint and go to like half court line and like start coming up again, like you're like, oh, he about to pull up for a three, but you know he's not because you know he's just building up speed to run down in the rim and dunk it, right? Hey, tell me why I did that shit the other day at my gym, bro. I backed out all the way out. I
Nah,
said,
that's
okay.
funny as well because I know
I
what you're
said,
talking about.
you're gonna give me all this space, boy. I started galloping. I picked that thing up. You were like, they said everybody got out the way, bro, because they're under the rim trying to grab the rebound. They're like, nah, he not serious. I said, Giannis does it every play. Why can I not do that shit? Hey, nah, I wish someone would have recorded it, bro. That shit was funny, bro. But that's
Nah,
what Giannis do, bro. He got
that's
no
funny.
bag. He
That's
got
hilarious.
no bag. He got no like no twink hezzy. I'ma drop step you like he got no bag. The guy's a bum, bro, with 2 MVP or one, whatever he got. How many MVP he got?
Two.
Two-time MVP.
When did he win?
Yeah,
The
no,
guy's a
two.
bum,
He's
bro.
two-time MVP. How many defensive player of the years? You got one or two?
I think one or
One,
two.
right? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, all right. So what's your MVP choice?
I have to pick one.
Just pick one, innit? Who do you think is gonna make it?
I'll just pick Jokic, but that's not
Yeah,
who I want. But that's my safest bet. Hey, gal, let me carry you for something more today. That me, I tell you. Bumbox, you can't drive. In the traffic, you can't wait.
CM, what's your pick for MVP for this year, bro?
I went through a lot of different choices. I legit had Dame Lillard on my list because I was weighing up how much of an impact he could make on this Bucks team, considering what they've lost, and some of the guys may not be where they used to be, like your Chris Middletons and so forth. I looked at Jason Tatum and I said the Boston Celtics, they have a great situation. You've added onto your defense with the likes of Porzingis, Drew Holiday, of course, on the perimeter. And of course, Porzingis, he's looked really good in the preseason, giving you some offense, 3-point shooting, adding on to that offense that is already dangerous for the Boston Celtics.
Mm.
And Jason Tatum every single year has made that leap. And I feel like every single year, everybody's saying he should be the one now to go and win that MVP, right? You've got the supporting cast. You've probably got a very good team in terms of the star power, the mix of defense and scoring that you have now. So I'm gonna pick Dame. No, I'm gonna pick Jason Tatum for now. There were a lot of guys, like I said. I mean, Nikola Jokic, he could have arguably won MVP last year, number one seed in the West. Then you go on and be an NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP.
Mm.
We'll have to see because the repeating year is always tough,
Yeah.
always very tough for a side. So we'll have to see how the Denver Nuggets do this year. Steph Curry's always going to be up there as well in terms of MVP, winning that Golden State Warriors team onto victory. And obviously, they had some tough moments last season. So they'll be hoping with some additions like your CP3s, maybe a jump from Jonathan Kaminga, that they can have an improved year and be a little more consistent in regards to less turnovers and so forth, and just winning more games. But yeah, I'm gonna say JT.
I hear it, man. I hear it, man. Like Chino, let me see if what's he saying?
What I mean?
Chino. So I'm gonna go with you, yeah. Defensive player of the year, but first, before we do that, yeah, my pick, I already picked for JT for regular season MVP. I just feel like this is his time in it. Like he's been knocking on the door for a couple of years now, but now this is his time. So I mean, last year averaged 30 points in the regular season, first ever Celtic to do it, like out of everybody. So I expect another big year from him. So let's see how hopefully he does get that MVP. And it gives him confidence to lead us to banner 18 and all of that. But defensive player of the year, Chino. What's your defensive player of the year, my bro? Who do you think is gonna make it?
Should be Bam every year, but because like Bam and Spo and other people been saying lately, you know what I'm saying? When you're not stuffing the stat sheet with blocks, 5 blocks a game, but then end up giving up fucking 60 in the paint. In the same game that you get 5 blocks, 6 blocks, you give up 60 in the paint. You know what I'm saying? That's the criteria to win defensive player. It's not about all the other metrics in the game where, oh, okay, Miami always in the top 3 when it comes to paint defense. We don't get scoring a lot. You can also say, is he on them pussy all that program? Okay, I saw now move. All right, nothing. I cut you off, done this. Um, when it comes to like that stuff like that, but um, it should be Bam. Honestly,
Mm.
the way he anchor our defense, it should be Bam. I mean, people see what JJ what happened to that fraud, bro, because they were stuffing his stats and giving him all these blocks. I think like Draymond said, like Draymond was a deserving defensive player, right? You see, Rudy get defensive player, but then when people go back and watch the tapes, they're like, nah, this guy's a bum. All he can do is block shots because you see how he gets exposed when he gets switched on. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know the criteria for defensive player of the year, bro. Nobody knows this. It's always changing. It's always something else. But yeah, I'll say Bam.
DM for you. Who do you think is gonna be defensive player of the year?
Um, I'm gonna choose somebody rather different because it's interesting. I had a few names once again. Um, I had Evan Mobley on there
Mm.
for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think they had the best defensive rating in the regular season. Obviously, we saw what they weren't able to do in the playoffs, but
Lights was too bright.
lights were too bright, says by Jarrett Allen. But there's a lot of responsibility on this young man, not just to help anchor the defense
CM,
of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yeah,
CM,
yeah.
real quick. Pause right there, right? Evan Mobley. They just interview him, right? And they
Mhm.
said to him, "Who is one of the guys around the league, passer, now that you study defensively?" And you know who his answer was?
Yeah.
You
Man,
know who his answer was?
man, bio.
Yeah,
Big, yeah.
a lot of his peers they study him, they watch him because there's not a lot of big that can switch 1 to 5 and
Mm.
do it. If like
Mhm.
I'm saying, take a guy out of his rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Don't make him do what he's used to doing. Let him do something different. Guys, watch that. Mobley, like all these young guys, but when it comes to the media, when it comes to most of the fans that don't know about, they be like, oh, no, Bam is a bum. But your favorite player watch him. Your favorite player study him. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Your favorite coach would love him on their team. But yeah, go ahead, CM. Finish your Mobley. I just
No,
want you brought up Mobley.
100%, bro. Because you mentioned guys like Bam Adebayo. Those guys are turning out to be the most effective defenders in the league now, especially in those big positions. Because, like what Chino said, they're able to guard on the perimeter. They're able to guard in the paint. Very versatile, and you can put them in multiple positions, and they give you the same effect. Whereas, you mentioned guys like Rudy Gobert, who is a great rim protector, but when you force him to come closer to the perimeter, he doesn't want to compete on the pick and roll. He will back up when it comes to those kind of stuff. So he's not as versatile of a defender. He's an effective rim defender, but when you don't have the pieces around him, then unfortunately his weaknesses and frailties will be exposed. Whereas a guy like Bam Adebayo, you put him in a team like what we've seen from Miami in the last few years, and even if his offense isn't going, you can trust him to be a welcome contributor on defense. And for Evan Mobley, he has a lot of responsibility. Same with Jarrett Allen, but I think even more so Evan Mobley, because he's the young guy that won't just be expected to produce offensively and improve offensively in what we was able to do last season, but defensively maintain that level of being an anchor, being the guy that can help Cleveland to be one of the top defenses again, and hopefully performing a little better once they get to those moments that truly matter. So I'm gonna pick Evan Mobley as somebody different, somebody new for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I actually had Evan Mobley as one of my picks, yeah, but I think I'm gonna go with Bam. So the reason why I went with Bam, yeah, is because one, I think his defensive ability is gonna shine more this year for the Heat this season, because they're not gonna be as competitive when it gets later on into the season. They're going to get more shine in the regular season. You're going to see him do all his work. But then as it gets closer, where there's going to be more of an emphasis for him to shine on offense, because they don't have that additional guy to be, handling up offense and providing the scoring, yeah, it might take away from his game. But I think he'll eventually get over the line. Plus all the noise that Eric Spoelstra has been talking about in the media about how they don't respect Bam and all of that. Yeah. I can see him putting a bit of pressure on everybody this time to really watch him closely. But obviously, when you see his game,
hey, real quick, what's the other categories, real quick? Because I gotta go into my PT.
Sixth man of the year, most improved player, rookie of the year, breakout star, and then I need your top 8 in both East and West.
Bro, I gotta do that, and then I will finish up my part on the next thing. I gotta go in.
Yeah, it's gone. Don't worry, bro.
Big up Chino,
everybody, though.
Yo, big up Chino, man. I make sure
the
whole the PT goes well, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Big up Chino.
But yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen. I think Bam's gonna make defensive player of the year. What do you think is going to happen in terms of most improved player, bro?
Ooh, most improved player. I have 3 guys down. I had Mikal Bridges. He got traded to Brooklyn last year, and we saw the jump he was able to make. He has spoken in numerous different platforms about how he's been able to develop his offensive game. He had small opportunities in Phoenix to showcase what he was able to do with injuries and so forth, and he goes to Brooklyn and showcases that. And it was a difficult season for them, transitioning into from losing their stars to then giving Mikal Bridges and so forth the range to go forward. Can he establish himself further as that number 1 offensive guy? We all know how good he is on defense as well. He's going to have a guy in Ben Simmons who looks to be around or back to his best, maybe. I don't know if that's a stretch, or at least fitter than he has been in the past few seasons, and confident as well at that. So that could be something that opens the floor and allows him to get even more offensive looks depending on how Ben Simmons is playing. I've got Tyrese Maxey of the Philadelphia 76ers. James Harden, I feel like it's inevitable at this point that at some point in the season, he will get traded away. And I think that gives Tyrese Maxey the keys to be even more of a player than he has been in these past few years. He's elevated. He's, in moments of adversity, he's really stepped up for the 76ers in that guard position. And I think there's still so many areas for him to improve in if given the opportunity. Another guy that I had on my list is Rui Hachimura, the Los Angeles Lakers. They were able to bring him back which I thought was a brilliant move there for Rob Pelinka and the Lakers. They've improved upon their team. I do expect them to be better, to be a more consistent threat in the West. And it is going to be a difficult task for a lot of teams in the West. But based off of his playoff performances, the opportunities that he got, and what he was able to do for the Lakers and what he was able to really give, I do expect Rui Hachimura to continue upon that and maybe even have a slightly heightened role on that team, to be trusted a lot more. I've seen the relationship of Hachimura and LeBron James grow. They've spoken about training together and so forth. So this is a guy that not just one of the stars trust, or maybe both of the stars trust, but the team can trust as well to step up on the scoring front. Because this guy, you know, he hasn't always been known as a lights out 3-point shooter, but in the playoffs, he had some moments where he showcased what he can do. And defensively, he's competitive as well. So I think right now, I'm going to pick. It's tough. It's out of Maxey and Hachimura, bro.
That's a tough one, though. I can't lie.
I think right now I'm going to pick Tyrese Maxey, because I think he's going to have a heightened role on the Sixers. And even though it may be up and down for them, his story will probably be elevated in him being able to take that jump and you know, not just in scoring, but also playmaking and all of these other stuff, orchestrating plays for the Sixers. So I'm going with Maxey.
Boy, that's a good pick, man. I can't lie. For me, I actually went with Zion Williamson. The reason why is because this is it now. Like, no more playing games. We've seen all this drama unfold in this offseason. It's done now. Like, he has to really commit to his craft, because if he does, this guy is definitely a top 20 player in the NBA currently, because you've seen the way he's got the ability to explode into the paint and cause havoc and score. So I put him there as my most improved player, because I think he has something to prove. And I think a lot of the injuries have been more to do with his weight than anything else. I think him not being able to condition himself well enough has caused a lot of these injuries. We've just seen him have absences because he's not committing to really buckling down and being the player that everybody knew he was, you know, when he was in college and making his way towards the NBA. So I'm putting him down as most improved player, and hopefully it kind of opens up more opportunity for him to continue to grow as a player, and hopefully it doesn't end. His story doesn't end in the Pelicans and have to get traded or something. And we're having to look at him in 2 years' time, saying like, what happened to Zion, bro? So that's who I put down as most improved player. Who did you put down as your sixth man of the year, bro?
Sixth man of the year. That's another tough one, man. I'm gonna say Malik Monk of the Sacramento Kings. I think last season, because this is a guy, you know, he's been in Charlotte, he's had some moments here and there, but Sacramento, he's really found his role. He's contributed well in that bench unit, being that spark plug guy that's averaged 13.5 points per game, a career high in assists, almost 4 assists per game as well in the regular season. And you can see what kind of impact a player like him can have on that Sacramento Kings team, because they're electric, they're fast paced, and their offense sometimes, especially in the regular season, is absolutely breathtaking. And especially with him coming off the bench once again, leading that unit, being an improved playmaker, showing his scoring threat that we all know that he's had. I think they will have another good year, Sacramento. I'm hoping to see them have another good year, potentially make the playoffs again and light that beam on plenty of occasions.
For me, I picked Gabe Vincent. I think he's gonna have a really good year with the Lakers. I mean, we've seen his ability to score as a starter for the Miami Heat. Obviously, now it's a slightly changed role, which I think he's gonna relish being part of a team that's gonna contend in the West for sure. We know this year. And it was a really smart pickup by the Lakers to get somebody who they know will come in, has the right attitude because of him coming from that Heat culture, where, you know, it's kind of against all odds, our backs against the wall, but we continue to fight. And you got somebody that's going to be a great help on defense, especially in the moments in the playoffs, and you know he can be a lights out shooter when the time comes. And him coming off the bench also just allows him to be able to lead a second unit for the Lakers if there's any need, because obviously we know the starting guards are going to be Reeves and D'Lo. So you know it's gonna be interesting him leading that second unit from the guard position. You know, and I can see him contributing pretty well to this Lakers team. And I think he's from LA. I have a feeling he's from Los Angeles. I'm not too sure. Let me just make sure if that's true. You know, like, so I feel like he's going back home.
Born in California.
Born in California. So he's gone back to the West Coast. So it's gonna be interesting for him back there. But yeah, I have him as sixth man of the year. I mean, I had Bobby Portis down there as another choice. I thought it was going to be interesting to see what he could have been doing off the bench, but you never know. He might actually move into that starting lineup for we know, just because of the what they kind of had to give up and all of that. But who knows? But yeah, Gabe Vincent's my sixth man of the year. Who's your rookie of the year, bro?
I feel like I'm gonna say Victor Wembanyama, and I think that's everybody's choice at this point based on what we've seen in preseason and what we know as him as a player. I had two other guys in Chet Holmgren and Scoot Henderson. I'll start with Scoot. I think, you know, Dame, he's out of the way in Portland now, so we know that's his position. He should be starting in that point guard position. So we're gonna see the growth of Scoot Henderson. It's gonna be a difficult year in Portland, but I think they have a well-rounded team in terms of experienced guys who can help him. Anthony Simon's still there, being able to learn under the tutelage of Dame and potentially could move into that leadership role with Scoot Henderson, where you can help him improve as well and be that guy to push him forward when he needs that pushing. And Chet Holmgren for OKC, we've seen what he can do on both sides of the floor and what he's added to this team, most importantly, given an added edge defensively that I think sometimes we do lack at times. That competitive, that ruthless edge, and offensively, he can also score in that position. So he's missed a year, but he's still been able to get that knowledge of the league, and I think he will be probably the second best guy when we're speaking about rookie of the year. Because Victor Wembanyama, with all fitness, hopefully he is fit, and same with all of the guys, all of the rookies. But as long as he's fit, I don't see another guy coming close to him just because of his skill set and what he's going to be able to do in San Antonio. And I know they are a rebuilding team, and sometimes, you know, if they don't really see much value in the rest of the rest of the season, if it hasn't been going well, they'll kind of shut down their young guys and say, okay, let's start looking forward towards the off season. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how he plays. I'm looking forward to see how all of those three guys play, to be fair, and how they develop over the year.
You know what? This one was a difficult one for me, yeah, because obviously Victor Wembanyama, yeah, like when he came in, it was like, is the hype? Is he going to live up to the hype and all of that? And through the first few games that we've seen him play, it's like, yeah, it could be a problem in a few years' time, yeah, for everyone in the league. But I have a feeling that it's going to be Chet this year, simply because he's on a team that is a lot more further along in the timeline. It's plug and play. You finally got a legit center that can now go into that team. It's already got certain elements that are working already. So you bring this young guy in who's had a bit of an extended kind of rookie year, essentially, because obviously he was in the facility. He was practicing when he could, when he was able to after the injury, studying film. So you know he's got that education a year ahead of all of the rookies that he'll be basically partnered up with or paired up with this year. And I think because of the timeline of OKC and how much more on a development curve they are than, let's say, some of the other teams that some of these rookies have kind of ended up at this year, I think he ends up becoming the rookie of the year based off of that additional education that he's been able to take in. And I think also that battle between him and Victor Wembanyama is going to be very interesting because obviously we saw it, in the preseason game that they played against each other. So I'm looking forward to seeing that rivalry like over the next season and obviously the years to come. But I think for me, it's gonna be Chet Holmgren for Rookie of the Year. Okay, and then this is the last one out of these kind of like more individual questions, right? So who do you think is gonna have a breakout year? Like out of any player that you could think of having a breakout year, who do you think is gonna be?
I put this down to, well, to be honest, 2 to 3 guys. So the 3 guys that I have are Devin Vassell, San Antonio, Jordan Poole in Washington, and Obi Toppin for the Indiana Pacers. I'm kind of leaning towards Obi Toppin, and the reason why is last season, Julius Randle towards the end of the campaign, he had some games where he was injured. And Obi Toppin was required to come in, and he gave them good production, and he showcased that he can score the ball. And he has the ability to do so. But for New York, he's always had limited opportunities. When you look at, when it matters most, he's usually the guy, the spark plug, to come off the bench, catch a couple lobs, get the crowd going again, get the New York Knicks back into the game. Possibly for Indiana, he might have a heightened role and a better role in their offense, potentially. And we could see more of his all-around game. So I'm going to pick Obi Toppin, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I could be completely wrong, and he has the same type of role in that team as well. Yeah. But when you look at who they have, they got a Tyrese Halliburton, a guy who you could potentially link up with lob threats, pick and rolls, and so forth. So we'll just have to see how his game has elevated or how he can expand upon his game, being in a different situation now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, there's only one name, man, that I'm looking forward to seeing this year, man. This upcoming year is Markelle Fultz, man. I think this is his first year where he's had an off-season healthy, which is going to be a big help. Obviously, we know about the whole situation with the injury that he had to his shoulder, which kind of changed up his shooting form. He struggles with it, being a number 1 pick in Philadelphia and it not working out completely, and moving away to Orlando, and how over the last couple of seasons he's been slowly getting himself back up to a certain level, and obviously that team is on a rise as well. I think they won 36 games last year, Orlando, and obviously you've got Paolo Banchero in there, Jalen Suggs, Wagner, like there's something bubbling there too over there, man. That's gonna grow. So I'm looking at Markelle Fultz having a breakout year. I can see him having a more prominent role on that team, and hopefully he's gotten over his injury issues and all of that, and he has a breakout year, shocks everybody. That's what I'm looking to see from him this year. But that's mine. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna need this from you, bro. I said I'm looking forward to KD Bron, as Bron's been ducking him all year. Hey, yo, this is gonna be interesting though. I can't wait to see, because they ain't faced off against each other since 2018. I think it is. It's been a while. So
imagine if something comes out before the game. Yeah, one of those guys are out, and they're not playing.
No. They gotta find a way to get them both on the court.
They better, fam. Adam Silver's been laying down the law recently.
Yeah,
no excuses, bro. No excuses.
Because you remember when the whole resting policy thing. That's probably, yeah. Then they asked Kawhi, like, and then Kawhi was like, I don't know what that is, bro. I never read the rules, bro. Can someone let me know? Like, I was like, yo, that's funny, man.
I said, yo, we're gonna be doing the same damn thing this year.
Trust me. All right, bro. I need your top 8 in the East, your top 8 in the West, Eastern Conference champions, and then Western Conference champions, and then overall champions.
Oh boy, I ain't gonna waste no time. So Eastern Conference, I got Boston Celtics top spot, the Bucks second, the Cleveland Cavaliers third in the East, the New York Knicks fourth in the East, It's Philadelphia 76ers 5th in the East. The Miami Heat 6th in the East. And then the two playing teams, the Indiana Pacers in 7th and the Brooklyn Nets in 8th.
So for me, this is how I did it. I went Celtics top spot, Bucks second, Cavs third, Knicks fourth. I put Heat fifth, 6 of 6. I put the Bulls in 7 through the play-in, just because I think another year under their belt. I'm expecting big jumps from Kobe White and what's his name?
Patrick Williams.
Yep. I'm expecting good big jump because they need it. They actually do need it because they spent so much money in acquiring DeMar DeRozan, obviously Zoe. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's a shame they ain't gonna have Lonzo, man.
Yeah, it's a shame. But they spent all that money, and then obviously they spent more money to for Vucevic and all of that. So like Caruso too. So I'm expecting them to get in through the play-in, and then the Hawks to make it through the play-in as well. Which would be interesting too. I mean, the Pacers, I did say I think the Pacers will be in a play-in, but they'll just fall short through year one of their process. That's what I think.
Hawks could be an interesting team because Trae Young, I don't know, man. Different coaching because they got Quinn Snyder now. It's going to be their first full season, I believe, with Quinn Snyder. So an opportunity to work on what they need to do. And John Collins, he's on a different team now, so they may be moving in a different direction. And especially with Trae Young, he has a lot of questions to answer. Maybe a revenge season. Who knows?
It's true. Okay. Now, who's your East champions, bro? Who you think comes out on top of everybody in the East?
Eastern Conference champions, I had the Boston Celtics making it to the NBA Finals.
Okay. Now, so for me, the same. We're going through the East. Now, your top 8 in the West, my bro.
Okay, so top 8 in the West, I had the Denver Nuggets retaining top spot. The Phoenix Suns in second. Los Angeles Lakers in third, so a massive jump up by 4 for them. The Sacramento Kings in 4th spot. The Golden State Warriors in 5th. Oklahoma City Thunder in 6th. And then the two playing teams, the Los Angeles Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks. But it is so tough. It is because I wanted to say Pelicans. I feel like with that Mavericks spot, it could be the Pelicans as well. And the more I think about it, especially with how they started last season, I'm more confident in the Pelicans, but I'm gonna stick by my word.
You can go Mavs.
I say the Mavs.
So this is how I did it. I went Denver top spot, Suns second, Lakers third, Grizzlies 4th, because I didn't
even put the Grizzlies. I didn't even put the Grizzlies, fam. Nah, screw that. I gotta change.
Yeah, we'll come back. I said Grizzlies 4th because even though John Morant's missing 25, they got Marcus Smart and they got D Rose. So you know what I'm saying? Like they've got enough cover there. You know what I'm saying? To just make sure the absence is not there. They got the defensive player of the year. Like they had a good season last year. They just weren't able to get over the first hurdle. They're a bit too immature. They got a couple of vets in there now. That's gonna really straighten them out, I think. Then I went Kings 5th. I went Golden State 6th. Clippers 7th through the play-in. OKC 8th through the play-in. That's why I went. That's how I decided to go. For my top 8 in the West.
I had to make a quick switch because I couldn't believe I missed the Grizzlies.
Who came out there?
I took out the Mavs, bro.
Yeah, the Mavs. All right, fair.
Took out the Mavs. I put the Grizzlies in. I slapped the Grizzlies in 6th, and then my team
6
Thunder and Clippers.
Yeah, everyone comes down. Yeah, cool. So we go Grizzlies there in 6th.
The Western Conference is tough, bro, because look, wow factor, man's laughing at me saying Clippers in, and I know it is peak, but that's me personally because I just don't have much faith in the Los Angeles Clippers anymore. I've seen them year in, year out, bro. I know how good they can be, but it seems like every single season we go into it speaking about the Los Angeles Clippers saying they have Paul George, they have Kawhi Leonard, they have so much depth. but they don't get it done.
Yeah.
And they're not able to get it done for a magnitude of reasons, whether that's load management, injuries getting in their way, or obviously Russell Westbrook coming back with the team as well, showing out in the playoffs, showing how valuable he can still be as an NBA player, which is great to see. But it's tough, man. And I still think, I don't think, well, obviously people would judge the Clippers being in coming through the play-in, but we saw with Miami, you can still get to the NBA Finals and be a competitive side and come through the play-in. So I don't think it's anything against them, because even I'll look at the Thunder now, because I've moved them down. Coming through the play-in is not a shameful thing because you're still in the playoffs and you still have an opportunity to compete. Yeah. And the Western Conference is extremely competitive when we look at it. Like I said, the Mavs, maybe they could improve based off of, we all spoke about the trade, Kyrie kind of going there and offsetting things. They had some injuries as well last season, the Dallas Mavericks. So if they're able to find a defensive identity, but also get to terms with each other offensively on the court, then maybe they can get it clicking. I mean, the Pelicans, they had a great start last year, and injuries to Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, Zion Williamson derailed them. Yeah. So it's so tough to pick out of this bunch and know that there are going to be some good teams missing out this season in the Western Conference.
For sure, because even the Timberwolves weren't even in my conversation, and it's like that's the problem. I just, because somebody's out of these teams, somebody's gonna have to have a really bad year in order for one of those other teams to get in there. Like, that's the thing. I'm not so sure. So who's your West champions then, bro?
You know what? I had the Los Angeles Lakers, and I looked at their team, and a lot of people kind of sigh on that pick because they were like, Lakers, Boston Celtics, Lakers matchup, and it is a dream matchup for a lot of people. But I think this is a really good squad they've been able to collect. When you look at their title winning year and everything that they lost after that specific year, they've built back up to a moment and then a spot in their timeline with AD, with LeBron, where you can look at the supporting guys like we mentioned Roy Hachimura earlier on, Austin Reeves, who's probably expected to make another jump. You mentioned Gabe Vincent being your sixth man of the year. He could be a very key contributor for that team as well. There are other guys like Jared Vanderbilt defensively being that guy. So I just think the Los Angeles Lakers, they have a really good team. And even in the playoffs, they were competitive to a certain extent. And unfortunately, they weren't able to get past Denver.
Yeah.
So Denver are the team to beat in the West. And I do think they may have an opportunity to get through to that conference final spot again, for sure. Yeah. Right now, I'm going with the Lakers, and we'll have to see what happens throughout the regular.
See, this is a tough one for me, man. I don't know who's coming through this West year. So, because the Suns, I don't know.
Do you trust Phoenix, though?
I don't, though. That's the thing. I'm not sure. So who's the Lakers beating in the Western Conference because it's not us?
Listen, I'm not throwing no shade to Phoenix, bro. D-Book, he can torch up any team he wants.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Oh, this is tough. Ooh. I think I'm going to go with Denver again. I think they're going to repeat. Denver. It's going to be tough, though. But I think they repeat. Because you got Jokic, man. You got Jamal Murray, who I think is going to be an all-star this year. And then I mean, they've lost a little bit off the bench with the likes of Jeff Green and Bruce Brown, but I'm expecting Chris Brown to come to jump up another level, because you saw what he was doing in the finals, man. He come off the bench putting up 15. Like, I'm like, yo, this is crazy for a rookie, but this is a rookie with a long education, though. He's got an NCAA championship, so He's been, I think he was a 4-year guy, so he had some time so to develop his game a little bit more. So he's gonna have a big jump, I think. But I don't think, and obviously don't forget about AG. Like AG, another good year for him. He's been training with Jokic as well. Said he went to Serbia. They were chilling and then like working out together. So more chemistry and all of that. So I think Denver's gonna come through the West. And then who's your champions overall, bro, out of your matchup?
Celtics versus Lakers. Bro, I'm going to say Boston wins for the first time since 08.
Ooh, that's what I'm saying. Banner 18. But I need Banner 18.
Listen, man. This is so tough, bro.
Yeah.
This is so tough. I know while I'm trying to hear it, bro. You saying Phoenix is going all the way. I know. And listen, when this doesn't happen, you can laugh in my face, bro. You can throw shade. It's all good. Nah, man, it's peak. It's peak.
I know it's peak, man. We don't know what's gonna happen, man. Last year, everybody had their predictions. Even the year before, when Brooklyn and all that stuff was happening, we was like, it's Brooklyn Nets versus Lakers finals, and both of them weren't there. So, as I said, last year nobody expected Denver to win the championship, but they just steamrolled the West. They were comfortable. So, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't expect Golden State to fall off the way they did. We didn't expect the Kings to be in that top 4 spot. You know what I'm saying? In the West, we didn't know. So, as for the East, it's a bit more predictable. But the Heat were pretty bad last year, and then we didn't know that they was going to make it all the way to the NBA Finals. So you just never know. You just never know. But yeah, man. For me, I'm rolling with my team. I have to. Banner 18. Like, you can't do the moves that we've made and not be aiming for the championship. So I put the Celtics up there. To bring home Banner 18, but we have to wait and see. We'll get Chino's predictions at the start of the next show. I want him to I'll give him an extra week to think about it. But yes, we are back, people. The preseason is over, and we have a whole season of NBA action to come. So expect a weekly show from us over the next few weeks. It should be interesting. To see what's going to happen over the course of the season. I said I agree that West is unpredictable, but I don't. It's Denver. We'll see. We will see.
And like NN saying, when will you guys talk on United, fam? I think the longer they stay far away from the conversation, the better, bro. The better. Man, they're talking about team photos, brother. Man, them getting exiled. I'm sick and tired of these guys, man. I'm sick and tired, bro.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on at that club right now, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm just there to watch the football. I have a good time, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we're coming to the end of the show. You know what I'm saying? Big up to a man like Chino. Obviously, he had to dip out for a second, but he'll be back next week. Big up to man like CM in the building as always.
Big up yourself, bro.
Thank you, bro. But yeah, man, it should be a very good season, and we'll be back here again next week to round up some stuff from the first games of the new NBA season. Big up to everybody that's been in the chat as well from the beginning. We appreciate the support, man. Big up to NM Wow Factor, to Super Nick. Big up to who else is in there, man? Like Swana.
William.
Yeah. Big up to Jez as well, man. SK. Big up to all of yourselves, man, for the support as well. Make sure you're hitting that like button, that subscribe button as well. If you're new, hit the notification bell. Make sure you follow us both on the socials as well. Make sure you subscribe to CM22ENT on YouTube. Check out the United Twins as we run through the season. Live games next week. Yes, there'll be one. I'm just gonna pick a fixture on the Saturday. I don't know who's playing on Saturday, but I'll be up there to watch them. So So make sure you stay tuned for that. And yeah, we'll be out, people. Big up to you, man. Peace.
Peace.